Welcome to the tree field. I'm Nancy and I'm going to take you to see my blueberries today. It's the 28th of July, so this is getting on for late summer now. We're not just past midsummer. Things are pretty lush around here. Peak mid-season, peak mid and tourist season at the moment. So this is where some of my coppice wood is buried in the grass here. I still need to cut that up and put it in the woodshed there. Got a little bird cherry here. I don't know if you can see the fruit on that there. Unfortunately the birds don't seem to be going for that so much as my blueberries. The blueberries are just over here on the left hand side. I've come through here. That bin bag there is some net curtains. I'm going to try protecting some of the berries here. So this one here is ripening off nicely. You can see there's one there that's turning blue, but as soon as they go blue the birds are getting them. So I'm going to try protecting some of the bushes so that I get some chance of getting some of these berries. Come through here. These bush here, it's laden down with berries here. Laden down, but I've not got much chance unless I can protect them. I was hoping that they would go for the strawberries and the cherries instead, but again here, laden down. Got a really good crop on the bushes this year, but I ain't gonna get any unless I deter the birds a bit more. Maybe we need more raspberries, that's my problem. Anyway, that's the blueberries there. At the back here, I don't know whether you can see, I've got the remains of a dead hedge there, some old spruce branches that I've put in there, and behind them I've got some willow cuttings. I'm hoping will be a little bit of a shelter behind here to protect the blueberries when I cut these alder down behind us here, because that will take away the wind protection for the berry bushes. So hopefully in a couple of years' time those willow will make a nice hedge there. We'll go through here, a little bit overgrown, to where I've been coppicing. These alder were coppiced this year, so these are just starting to grow back nicely. I think they're all coming back quite well actually. Yeah, looking good, looking good. Got some older coppice behind us there, 2 and 3 years old, and then some that hasn't been coppice, but it's growing quite lush now. It's been exposed to the sunshine, get a lot of young growth on the branches, on the trunks there. I'm going to come down here. I'm going to show you the shell garden through to the left here. Oops, I caught something. What's that? Okay. So I've got a lot of raspberries which are ripening off nicely at the moment. Just to the left of the shell garden here, and then I called it the shell garden because these raised beds are arranged in a semicircular fashion, and I've been mulching these. That one hasn't been weeded at all. That one wasn't adequately mulched, and then this one I did actually pull back the grass and mulch it fairly thickly. You can see that's creeping buttercup that's growing back on the bed there. So probably it could all benefit with another mulch. I'll take you around and I'll show you what I've got here. Perhaps we've got a new aronia bush there. I think that one's Nero. I think I've got a couple of those now. And that's some of my perennial kale that is stuck in as a cutting. Then not so many of the cuttings took as I was hoping, but that's fine because they do grow quite big when they grow. What else in here we've got that's interesting? Got some zigzag clover by the look of it. This is the nasty grass. I put some out. Don't know whether you can see. Can you see the onion bulb at the bottom there? If you don't get the whole lot out, it just grows back from those bulbs at the bottom. What else have we got here? We've got we've got seedlings in here. These are actually seedling chinemeles. There you go, which I grew from local fruit. And at the end here, I've got an improved Japanese quince here, chinemeles, which hopefully it seems to have taken well. It's only just been planted this year. That will give me nice lemon flavoured fruit, because we're not going to grow lemons on Skye. Let's face it. That's that bank there, chinemeles mostly, and some of the raspberries at the back there are creeping in as well. Then further round we've got more of the kale. This one's got more aronia. So these aronia seedlings that I grew from seed. There's a thyme in there. What else have we got? Yarrow is a weed here, so that just comes back of its own accord. I need to find more uses for yarrow. There's another aronia there. Lots of sorrel. Again, that's a sheep sorrel. That's just a weed here. More yarrow. That's all in bloom there. Here's some elder cuttings. They won't stay in there. I just stuck them in here to take. It seems like they're suffering slightly, but they seem to be growing, so I think they'll be okay for transplanting next year. More aronia there. More kale. Mostly weeds. That's a Korean pine, which I'm hoping will be a good nut tree for me. That was there before the banks were here, so that's sort of a leftover planting from the previous area. In the end here I have got a rhubarb, but it's died back pretty well for the summer, I think. There's just a little bit there. It's a little bit weedy. Again, it could do with mulching. Again, you can see I have mulched it in the past, but it's growing back through. And there's a different variety of aronia there, I think. The pink flowers here is bistort. The leaves are, I haven't tried it yet, but you make a sort of lemony flavoured eggy oaty pudding with those. It's an edible leaf. Grows in damp meadows, so I've put some along the base of the hills here, so where the water catches, so it'll have a nice damp spot and it'll hopefully grow where it wants to. Middle there's my one of my walnut trees, a bit surrounded in raspberries. You can see the raspberries behind us there as well, fruiting nicely. There are some more. There's all sorts of things in here. There's another rhubarb. That there I think's a honeyberry. Looks like it's taken nicely. But I haven't mulched any of this, so it's all a bit mixed in with the weeds. Gosh, the rhubarb, here we go. Raspberries need picking. Oops, it's been a bit wet, so they're not great actually. That one's a currant bush. They're probably a black currant. And then that's more bistort there. There were what's that? That's more sorrel. There were some skirret in here, but it seems to have faded back a bit, so I don't know whether it's going to come back or not. Got more currant bushes there, currant cuttings. That's another honeyberry in there. See the honeyberry? They tend not to ripen off very well. What have I got there? Not sure. Looks like there used to be something there. Not sure. That's another. I'm assuming it's an aronia cutting. It might be another quince, perhaps. Should be an aronia. And then I've mulched it on the outside. Haven't planted that side yet, but this side's planted with the comfrey. It makes a bit of a barrier against the weeds against the creeping grass once it's got established. So hopefully it'll be a nice sort of boundary of comfrey, and then ditches and shrubs with perennial plantings there. I've got you can't see the yellow flowers there. Here we go. There's some there in flower. That's some scorzonera there, which is planted in there. It's normally a root crop, but actually it makes a very good leafy green vegetable once it gets established. These are just getting established this year. This is all new planting. There's another zigzag clover. That looks like it's taken nicely. We'll see. Anyway, it's only its first sort of year. We'll see how it looks next year.